Hey Ghosties, how's it going? Today is my first unboxing, and I will be unboxing these Raycon Sleep Earbuds by Raycon Labs, fresh off the presses. Although I think they've been out a while. I've never actually owned Sleep Earbuds, and I've never owned Raycon. My wife has a pair of Raycon headphones I bought her, and they seem really nice. The packaging on these is really nice, and supposedly you get your best sleep. There's no app for your phone. They will connect to your phone through Bluetooth to play music. They have 3 sound settings for bass, and the key selling feature is that they're small and they're comfortable to wear at night, even for side sleepers. And at night, you don't connect them to your Bluetooth device on your phone, but you let it play one of the sounds it has that's supposed to soothe you. And I believe there's forest, a creek, rainstorm, and 2 types of brown noise. And like I said, Raycon Labs, the box is really nice. I was really impressed with the packaging. But I think a lot of people now, even cheap companies, do good packaging, so it's not really a symbol of like, hey, this is great anymore. And like I said, sleep earbuds, and they look very tiny. And I got the blue ones, and I got them for a good price because it was like a special offer. I'm sure other people got better prices or free. It comes with your instruction booklet because, for safe listening. And then it comes with other stuff in the package that you'll see in a second here. Let's see, instructions for safe listening. I mean, it's typical stuff. You won't hear your phone alarm through it. You won't hear fire alarms and smoke detectors through it. You might not hear your kid crying or other urgent matters. I will say this, they fit nice. I did not have full sound blocking. Maybe my ears are just too big for them or whatever. Let's see what we got in this little guy. Nice envelope. Raycon Sleep Earbuds. These should be the directions, I believe. Oh, a sticker. It's always nice to get a sticker with something. I like stickers. And it's a cool logo. And I don't mind Raycon's products. I think Raycon is on track with their products. Like I said, I've heard my wife's and they sounded good. I've just never had them myself. So at some point, I've been wanting to get a pair of their earbuds. Now, a lot of people said this case felt cheap. We'll get to that in a minute. But the packaging, again, very nice. It says hello in a few different languages there. Not sure why I was showing it to my daughter who was standing next to me. But, hello. And a piece of foam padding, and then you have one box that's got the earbud, the gel pieces, the extras, which is this box, and then the other box just has a USB-C cable. I kind of miss the days when they would send a USB charger with stuff once in a while, especially bigger ticket items like phones. I also miss the day when I was able to open a package like this without destroying it, but with my big sausage-like fingers nowadays. Seems like that's all I do. So you get 3 tip sizes, and they come in a nice little holder. I actually really like the holder, but on the earbuds currently, when you get them, are mediums. You have small and large along with them. And something else I really liked about these gel caps is they're molded with the little piece that goes in your earlobe. Where I have a pair of Sennheisers that are absolute trash because they don't snap on. They just kind of like, you have the earbud piece and then you have the piece that hooks into your ear canal or whatever, or your earlobe, and it sucks and it falls off all the time. I was really disappointed because they were Sennheiser. These, already off the bat, are showing me they're pretty good. If I can get this open, it'd be great. I don't know why it's just a USB-C cord. You're not missing anything. And there's a USB-C cord we got. It's not super long, not super short, just does what you need it to do. Again, all the boxes feel nice. All the packaging felt good. Now, the case itself doesn't feel as cheap as other people have said. That being said, it's not quite on par with my JBL earbuds or the plastic that was used in the case for those crappy Sennheisers. I will say the Sennheiser case was worse in many ways than this one is. I like how it rotates open. You got both your earbuds in there. You flip them out, they start immediately. And look at the size of these. Look how small these units are. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I mean, they're tiny. Now, when I put them in my ear, they were inside my ear enough that, like, if I laid down, I didn't feel it at all. And that's the goal of them. They're supposed to be able to be slept with. Excuse me. So, let me do the pairing with these. It's just pair them like any other device. Pair new. And they show up. There's lots of them in my neighborhood. Holy Christ. Show up as Raycon Sleep Earbuds. Nice that they have the right name. There's no need to give it access to anything because they're just earbuds. So you can use them as just regular everyday earbuds. I'll get to the sound quality of them later for that use case. This use case, they're primarily made to help you sleep. I mean, that's the big selling feature. Now, I did find out there's another company on the market doing these, and they're a lot more expensive. Oh, here we got the manual. So this tells you all the different features, all the what the different lights mean, whatnot, and there's really not a lot. I will say what it doesn't tell you in the manual, even the online version, is to switch the audio file of the sound you're listening to in sleep mode. You tap the left one twice, just like you do when you wanted to switch tracks. I'm getting that out there now because I was confused and trying to figure that out for a while. So I'm trying them out with some music first. That was Wolf Totem you just saw. Now a little bit of retro wave. Get a little more bass in there. Some synths, some highs. And honestly, not bad. You're not hearing the music because, well, copyrights. And this is a voiceover because the house was too loud to do a proper recording. But it handled the music pretty well. And you can, like I said, there is a mode that enhances bass. Are they on par with my JBLs that I wear almost on a daily for bass and sound for music? No, but those are made for it. Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver. I'm not a big country fan. Love that song. I wish that was the actual version that was in Fallout in the 76, but it's not. But it's a fantastic song, and the vocals are nice and crisp and clear. The highs are nice and crisp and clear. The bass could have used a little bit more oomph, but again, not what they're made for. And we switched to a little bit of classic rock with Hotel California. Beautiful guitar intro. I skip ahead. Obviously, you see me skipping ahead a bit after the intro. And yeah, like it was holding up fine. Like they sounded fine for music. I mean, I didn't think the sound canceling gel tips were as good as they should have been. Got to get some Baby No Money in there too. I'm trying to do different genres of music to see how they perform, and they were probably slightly above average in every test I gave them. I wouldn't say they were bad in any, and because of the response based, through the highs and the lows, the highs were pretty crisp and clear, so I would definitely give them above average rating. I mean, but we're talking like a 6 out of 10 for music, maybe about a 6. Dr. Dre, you really notice where the bass wasn't going to be there anymore. Little pop punk from the early 2000s with Simple Plan. Again, the highs and stuff. I will say they work better with most rock and country music and reggae than they did with rap and hip hop. Mainly because, I mean, bass is heavier on most rap songs, right? And they're not made for that. But they did an admirable job. If you just wanted one set of headphones to travel with, these would be great. But again, there's no active noise canceling, which usually wouldn't be a big deal. But I do flip the earbuds in a few moments to the different size gel ones. And honestly, I still could hear. Like, we go to sleep with the TV on, and I can still hear the TV through the sound of the rain and everything. So for my ears, they don't block as well. Little Maynard Ferguson song from one of the songs from Rocky. A little bit of jazz in there. Again, no complaints about the sounds. The mids and the highs especially were pretty good. The lows, again, not what it's made for, right? And they're small, so what do you say? On that note also, turning them up all the way, not a lot of volume. I mean, they're loud enough. Like on Beethoven Symphony No. 5, there were some quiet parts that I could barely make out that they were still playing. I thought maybe they disconnected. Because that's just how that music is. And that's where, we run into a little bit of issue. They still sounded good. And here you see they're tiny. They're relatively comfortable. I will say they are making me want to buy another pair of earbuds. I bought the Sennheiser ones along with my JBLs because I misplaced the JBLs. And I regretted those Sennheisers every blip. Maybe I'll do this video of them. I've regretted having those every stage of the way. These you put in there in the case, they fit, they charge. My Sennheisers I put in the case, if I close it, they don't charge. If I leave it open, they charge. But yeah, just showing you more of the merch and stuff. And like I said, this is a really nice feature. The little, they're not just in a piece of cardboard. They'll snap back on. They snap on and off of the earbuds very easily too. Then you can just put the spare ones away. I really like the system they use for that. Like I said, my Sennheisers, it's like a rubber band you have to try to put on, but nothing holds it on to the earbud. The JBLs hold on pretty good. And here's the JBLs I have. These are the water resistant ones. They were about 100 and considerably larger. So obviously, like when I said the bass was stronger, duh. I mean, they're gonna be. But that was my point of reference, right? Those and the Sennheisers. These have active noise canceling. These have all kinds of other features you can see on the app there that I just showed. You know, equalization and stuff. I will say, I wish I keep forgetting that you can't turn certain features on the JBLs unless you're in your ears. I will say that I do wish they had an app for the Raycons, just to do minor things, you know, because if you're just wearing them as normal earphones, it would be nice to have that. So, in conclusion, for these headphones, the earbuds rather, the sleep buds, if you want something that's inexpensive to sleep with, and you can play music through it, or where your alarm would play through, or sleep sounds, dude, these are great for under $200. I think they retail about 140. They're always on sale too. There is another brand out there that has an app, and they're higher end and higher quality. They're like $250, so I'm sure they're slightly better. But for the price, if you want earbuds to sleep with, I say go with the Raycons. I think they do a great job. Again, fit and finish, not much below my JBLs or those Sennheisers, and you get decent feature set. So hey, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. And if you have these, leave a comment, or if you buy them, let me know what you guys think. All right, take care and have a great day.